त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone online. So nice you could join us. Welcome, Philip.
Good evening, everyone.
So what we thought we'd do tonight is, as per usual, we'll go through what is meditation, what is Sahaja Yoga meditation specifically. Have you ever heard anything about Sahaja Yoga meditation, Padma?
Just I read about that.
You read about it? Okay, no, we'll actually go through it. And our goal today is to have a lovely meditation in thoughtless awareness. We'll start, Philip, maybe we'll go through what is Sahaja Yoga meditation and what is self-realization, very importantly. We'll also, for the regulars, we've got a lovely talk by the founder of Sahaja Yoga meditation, Shri Mataji, talking about the heart center. So all of our, we've got this map here of our internal system with chakras, and we're systematically going through all of the various chakras and different aspects to Sahaja Yoga every week. So nice if you can join in every week, that's good. But we'll move on to our heart chakra a little bit later. So, Philip, would you like to explain to everyone about what is Sahaja Yoga and Sahaja Yoga meditation?
There is quite a lot to be learned from Sahaja Yoga, but the reason why Shri Mataji started it back in 1970 was to reveal to humanity that within them there's this. You can call it the subtle body, call it the tree of life, and it's spoken about quite a few thousand years in different cultures. And this is the energy within us that makes our character, gives us particular qualities as a human being. That's developed over a long period of time. You can see there's 3 channels. Blue one came first.
I'll be the pointer.
The blue one came first, which gave us our more earthbound, primordial character, ending up as our superego, our conditioning and our past, our memory. The yellow one came in later in creation to give us the ability to be active mentally and physically and end up as the ego at the top of the head, as characteristics here. Now we evolved, they were developed over a long period of time, always waiting within us. When we became the human beings at the heart chakra, we started to become more of the human being. We evolved. Is that central channel? Now, what Shri Mataji started in 1970 through Sahaja Yoga, which the word Sahaja Yoga actually means spontaneous union. And what she started to do was allow people to get an awakening within them. Now, we can call that yoga, moksha, enlightenment, second birth. The names from different spiritual areas which have been around for thousands of years. And they're all related in the sense of the subtleties. It means that every human being, wherever you are, has this within you in the sacred mode. And when that's awakened, which is a gift she's brought to the earth, that comes up central channel and pops out the top as a cool breeze. That's yoga or union. It means that this internal being gets united with that greater one outside. And it's an evolutionary step in the sense of our awareness to understand more about ourselves. We've developed the left side, we've developed the right side. We've been advised along the way by various incarnations of how to behave to keep the balance, but most of the time we didn't take notice. But through the awakening of the Kundalini, it gives us a second chance to readjust that whole system. And the whole importance of the central one is that to remain in the center in balance. Now, the way we do that, once that Kundalini is awakened, and this chakra is open here, Lynn spoke before about thoughtless awareness. That's the important thing, is the next step, which takes us away from these here, which are still there and are important. And as we meditate and this develops thoughtless awareness and this opens more, we start to feel the central part of our character. And when that happens and the silence is more there, established in us, the quality of the spirit arrives, which is program is about tonight. The quality of the heart shows itself. And in that silence, it's an amazing feeling to feel that that silence has a love with it. It has a silence, and it is in that incredible silence is an amazing power, not associated with ego or I'm going to box up the world or whatever. It's to do with, it's like what exists out there in its totality is silent. It doesn't have to speak. It's actually in our heart. And that's the aim. Once the Kundalini is awakened and we establish and balance through meditation and take up the practices of Sahaja Yoga about balancing, we become our own teacher, and that leads to the spirit. And as you grow and progress, and many people can verify this throughout the world, they start to feel, oh, I'm feeling better. And it's in a quiet way, because on the central channel is to do with thoughtless awareness, where the left channel is my past, blah, 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 memories and all that, which are vital, good memories are vital. Or it's the right side, which is blah, 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 about the future. We can go there and stay there and get hassled. But they both have their purpose. They're vital, they're part of our character. But what excels over those is the spirit in the heart, and it's to be felt.
Yeah.
And this is the gift that Shri Mataji brought to the world. For 35 years, she travelled the world doing this freely, no strings attached, to give the awakening within the people of the Kundalini, or the Holy Spirit, she would like to call it, so that they can judge on their awareness, in their awareness, oh, I do feel something. And it is subtle, and it's there. And the thing that I ask people who've come for the first time, try it. Try the meditations at home, let it grow. And that's the whole process. Shri Mataji says, the seed is sprouted, let the tree of life within you grow, let it develop. And that's a process. It's not sort of overnight sensation, but you can feel something beautiful from it. At the same time, it's a progression. Even many of us here have been in Sahaja Yoga a long time. We're still learning and growing, but have got the benefits through the awakening. So it's for everybody.
And it's having the confidence in what you feel.
In your field.
As opposed to what you think. So there's so much importance on thought processes which are not actually our life.
Yeah.
Our evolution is in our feeling, in our heart.
Yeah.
And just that shift in our attention. And every time we get those thoughts going round, we get on the thought treadmill.
Yes.
Let's keep reminding ourselves, I'm the spirit. This is not real.
But and
then feel it.
Yeah, as that central channel does develop, which is part of our evolutionary step within ourselves, that establishes it sort of, after a while you realise, oh, my head's not so busy. But you still function in a much clearer way because you're not cluttered here.
Yeah, and it's not so important, those thoughts that come and go.
Yeah. A lot of them are a waste
They
of
just
time.
lose their value. Yeah.
Where, you know, the human head can ramble on and cause all these isms and problems. You know, what good has it done us? The thing is we've got to do is the spirit, which will give us the reality of things within ourselves particularly, and also without. So it's part of we have to get there as humanity. So.
And it's with the practice of it.
Yes.
Actually feeling that silence and getting out of the brain.
Well, I always liken it. Usually when I do an introductory talk like this, I was introduced to Sahaja Yoga through a friend. He told me about it. I thought, oh, package deal, Scott. Loved Shri Mataji's photo, though. It was interesting. Walked off, and he approached me a few weeks later and said, I'll come round and we'll give you your self-realization. I went, oh, okay. And I actually said, oh, done a lot of silly things. Oh, this is another one. I'll try it. Give it a go. I sat down, and for whatever reason, my Kundalini came up. I felt silent, and I felt really, really peaceful. And I remember one of the thoughts I did have at that time, I want to be like this forever, because this silence is fundamental to us. It's in there. It's awakened. And it's a lovely place to be. And graciously, Shri Mataji brought this to the earth, and it was her gift to the humanity. And we thank her a lot because she's lovely. Yeah.
On that idea of the silence, you probably feel that silence before your realization, which we'll go through again in a minute, just to strengthen that experience and feel it for the first time, Padma. But before that, if you look at a beautiful scene, you see the still lake that we saw the other day when we were out walking. The lake was so still and reflecting the sky so perfectly, and that makes that, and even
comparison.
And that's the kind of that's the thoughtlessness. So it comes in and tries to entice you into stopping thinking, but it's not until you get that power of your own energy. You can do it at will. Before your realization, if these energies cross here, past the future, and if you cross from one to the other sitting here for a while, you can actually feel the silence, but it's not permanent or extendable. It's not actually connected with the all-powerful love of divine, which, you know, it's not a popular thing to say, but it's a magnificent thing to feel.
Very, I mentioned God or divine today, and I'm not afraid to do it because I know it's there. And it's and the beautiful thing about it, it shows you that quality is in yourself. You're a product of that. And be humble enough to know that creation around us and all its beauty and us as humans has been developed.
And that everybody has it.
Everyone's got it within.
Everybody is that perfect.
It's not exclusive.
So it's really nice. So everybody, we're going to do it. So the first, touching silence is self-realization.
That's the way.
Which is kind of a mouthful, but if you analyze the words, realizing yourself. And yourself is your spirit.
Your spirit,
Do you want to go through the realization as well, just for a bit of variety for everyone?
Oh, okay. I thought I've talked enough already.
Do you want me to do? I can do it.
It's up to you. Shall we chatting again before? I might run out of words.
All right, I'll do the realization and chat again.
Okay.
So is anyone new, Padma, apart from Padma, anyone else online new today? Anyway, we'll go through. I think we're all regulars. All right, all good. So what we do is, we've looked at that map there, which is, it's the map of our inside. So we have maps for wandering around outside, and this is the map for wandering around inside. So we're going to take a little wander around our different energy centers of our subtle system that we've got the map there. So I'll read the map for you, so just follow the instructions. So we'll start at the heart with our right hand on our heart. We'll take our hand then down under our rib cage. We'll put our hand on our hip. We'll come back up to the top of the stomach, to the heart. We'll go to the neck. We'll go to the forehead. We might take our hand back. And then ultimately we'll go to this place here that Philip was telling us about, which is the Sahasrara, the seventh center, where we connect our own spiritual energy with the all-pervading energy outside. So we're getting that thoughtless state and our connection to that feeling of divine love all around, which is a pretty amazing thing, really. It's always good to go through, and then we'll show you the short form after we've done the long form. But it's good to strengthen the self-realization. It's never too many times to do it. So let's just go through that. We may or may not do all of the affirmations spontaneously. We'll see which ones we do. But let's take our attention inside. We've all got our shoes off, because we are, once we get our self-realization, connected to the elements that we're made of and that are all around. So we've got the Mother Earth, we've got the air, we've got the candle with the flame. So we take our shoes off so we can be close to the Mother Earth. And let's just take our attention inside by closing our eyes. If you find it difficult to keep your eyes closed, don't worry too much. You can open them and you can look towards the flame or the red dot on Shri Mataji's photograph, which has a lot of vibrations, which our own energy responds to quite well. So it's a feeling thing. So you feel the vibrations. So we can focus on our breath to start with. So our hands are open on our lap. So when we go through our realization process, we become collectively conscious. That's part of it as well. And that means that we're conscious of our own collection of chakras, and we're also conscious of others and their chakras. So that's an added bonus of our self-realization, that we literally feel on our fingers our own chakras, and outside we can, if we put our attention there, we can feel others also on our hands. But we'll talk more about that a bit later. So let's take our right hand on our heart. So our right hand is going onto the left side. And we're just going to ask to ourselves, our higher self, our spiritual self, who am I? And what is my purpose? Why am I on this earth? Just a few times. Let's go down to the hip area. So it's where the leg and the body join. So the fingers are kind of pointing into the crease where the body and the leg join. And this is our Swadhisthana chakra. For those of you who are regularly now learning what the chakras are, this is the Swadhisthana. the two thumbs, we feel that on. And this is adjacent to our energy in the sacrum bone. So we're going to awaken our energy, Padma, by asking our Mother Kundalini energy to please give me the pure knowledge of myself. So really desiring from your heart, and your Kundalini energy, your mothering energy, just wants to look after you and awaken. So it's your desire for her to awaken. She's your mothering energy. She'll look after you now. At the top of the stomach, we'll bring our hand there and we'll just make an affirmation with our energy awakened, the pure knowledge of ourselves, our true selves. We can actually become our own guru. So let's say that to ourselves. I am my own guru. So we're not looking outside, we're actually inside. I am my own guru. I am my own teacher. Mother Kundalini, I am my own teacher, my own guru. And back up at the heart, we can answer that question. Mother Kundalini, I am the pure spirit. I'm not this body, this mind, the desires, the purchases. I am the pure spirit. I'm not the thoughts of the future or the past. I am the pure spirit. So you can remind yourself of this whenever you feel taken away by thoughts on a train somewhere. Just come back to this. I am the pure spirit. And your relationship with your pure spirit, your Mother Kundalini, you can ask her to take care of any issues, any problems, any thoughts, and she'll do that for you. Let's come up to the neck now. We'll clear this area by not feeling guilty. So just turn your head a little to the right. And we're going to say quite a few times, Mother Kundalini, I'm not guilty. So don't think of anything in particular, but just take it out by refusing to be guilty. Mother Kundalini, I'm not guilty. This is one of the habits that we have. We're not going to feel guilty anymore. Mother Kundalini, I'm not guilty. And now we'll come up, we'll drop our forehead into the palm of our hand. And we're going to clear the passage here through the ego and the superego. And we do that by forgiving. So we just need to say here that Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone. And Mother Kundalini, I forgive myself. I forgive. And we'll stretch our hands out now and come up to the Sahasrara, the top the fontanelle area, the soft part when we were a baby, pressing the center of our palm down on the center of the top of our head and rotating it in a nice clockwise direction, gently massaging and asking Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization, Padma. Others of us who've already done this once or so before, we can say, Mother Kundalini, please establish and strengthen my self-realization. So again, really desiring from your heart, Mother Kundalini, mothering energy, please give me my self-realization. Please strengthen and establish my self-realization. And then you could just raise the hand up a few centimeters and try to feel what's happening up there. You may feel a gentle breeze. Might be warm, might be cool. Ultimately, it will be cool. It may be warm if you've got some lovely clearing happening. And then it'll go cool after some time. Try with the other hand, the left hand. So you can bring it close on the top of your head. And then you can take it up gently, a few centimeters at a time. You can move it around a little bit, just so you can see the air is different above that fontanelle area. Very gentle. And then just keeping your attention up there where you may be feeling, even if you just might be imagining you're feeling it, that's the spot anyway. Keeping your attention there. So be aware of the top of your head and at the same time in the palms of your hands. Might be feeling cool in the center of your palm. Might be some fingers tingling. So it's good to just mentally note what you're feeling. We can look it up later, what it means. Just now, keeping your attention on the top of your head. Breathing. Just lightly breathing. Any thoughts pop in, just watch them go by. They keep coming back, just not now. Let them fly away. And slowly opening your eyes. And that's the long version. Padma will show you the short version, which is with your hands. You can do this self-realization or getting up to the Sahasrara, with the left hand raising up and the right hand winding around. So let's do the short form. So the left hand winds up, the right hand winds around the left hand, and we bend back and tie a knot. We really want to keep our attention up there. Do it a second time. So we do it 3 times Padma, 1 for each of our channels. Number 2, we do 2 knots. And third time for the third channel, looking up, 3 knots of third channel. And then we protect ourselves. So we're very sensitive and subtle. So we want to use those vibrations flowing in our hand, and we're going to protect ourselves with it's called the bandhan. Over and back with our hands. We're going to do it 7 times. I will lose count, but don't worry, everyone else is probably doing the right number. I'll just keep following everyone else. So if I don't do the right number, it's their fault, not mine. Kidding. So you want the vibrations on the palm to wash over your entire subtle system. And everyone stopped. So I think I might have done more than 7. And then just feeling in your hands, feeling in your heart, feeling on top of your head. So interestingly, the seat of all of our chakras and of our heart are in our head. So when all of our chakras are in balance and lovely, we feel a stronger, cooler, lovely meditation, silence. So, and right in the very center of the top of our head is the heart, the spirit. So hence why we like to try to not go too far into the future, not to go too far into the past, and we can rectify that a little bit by simply balancing. Philip's in a state of meditation. I will lead you on the balancing. So maintaining that meditative feeling, just drop the right hand down towards the earth. And we've got the left hand that we're nicely clearing the left side or balancing the left side. So coming back to the present from the past, from habits, from emotions. So we're just asking Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Mother Kundalini, please balance my left side, my past, my emotions. So then this happens. The Mother Earth sucks in any over-emotionalism. So you can feel on that left hand that's sitting on your lap, kind of a flow happening. The right hand's pointing towards the earth. Literally, it's a feeling of flow from your left side into the earth. So it may mentally not make sense, but it's a feeling. So you can try it if you're feeling emotional about something sometime. Just sit down with your candle photograph, which is good for left side, the candle, and just put that right hand down on the earth or towards the earth and the left hand on your lap. You can simply say, I'm the spirit. Mother Earth, please bring me into the present. Please suck out all of the emotional habits. So your attention is back up on your Sahasrara, which is the 7th center on top of your head. It's just a feeling. Let's do the other side. So bringing that right hand back up on our lap. So the one that sits on your lap is the one that you're balancing, coming back from. And the left hand funnels that heat of the right side into the atmosphere. So the element of the air, and we're asking Mother Nature, Mother Kundalini, please balance my right side, my overactivity on the right side, lots of thinking, lots of planning, which we have to do, but we can come back from it. So again, you can just closing your eyes. Attention is at the Sahasrara on top of your head where you had that experience of self-realization. And just allow your own Kundalini energy to bring it back. So if you're feeling the right side quite warm, you don't want to have the candle on. Okay, that's the light is for the left side, or if you're in balance, you can have a candle. If your right side is really hot, so if you're thinking a lot, planning a lot, or cycling a lot, not have the candle for your balancing of the right side. So again, attention is at the Sahasrara. Just feeling that right hand cooling down. And that heat flows out of the left hand into the atmosphere. Okay, let's bring our hands down. That was nice. I needed that. Just keeping our cool, but Philip, do you want to tell us a little bit more about the spirit and the heart?
I think we were saying before that the whole aim of the creation of humanity is for the
Everyone
humans.
here?
Sorry?
Can everyone hear?
Can you hear?
Sound okay for everyone? Okay, sorry. Beg your pardon.
Is for the humans to reach in the revolution the reason why we're here. And what Shri Mataji started to do in 1980 was to awaken the Kundalini, because we're at a point. The left side's developed, the right side's developed. We've become a very egotistical bunch of humans, and we've really misplayed and not done what we're told, basically. And what the awakening of the Kundalini can do was, as we were doing then, is to clear our left and right side over a period of time, balance ourselves to become the spirit, which is in the heart.
When you're saying we're being naughty and roaming around, would you say that's in the void area as we did last week? And then we're behaving ourselves and coming to the heart?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we've been given our left side, our memory, our conditionings, wherever we're brought up. So we learned certain things. Then as later on, the ego came in, which gave us the I-ness. Me, my, go for materialism, war, money, greed, all these sort of things. Really hasn't done us much good. Beyond that, within ourselves, when this is awakened, it goes beyond these two balloons. And as we meditate and become more on the center, those two balloons drop. Mother calls them balloons, the yellow and blue balloon. They actually soothe and drop, allowing that area, that lotus pattern on top, allowing that to open, to allow the connection to be stronger, the union stronger. So, and as we meditate and become more to the center in a thoughtless, quieter way, this spirit shows itself.
And like it softens up, actually.
Yeah.
So like when we're kids, it's soft,
Yeah.
babies.
Yeah.
And then it hardens up.
Yep.
And then after your self-realization, it starts to soften up, which is
We're
interesting,
usually
isn't
talking
it?
about children, see the quality of children. They do a lot of things in innocence when they're young, and they're beautiful. And then they grow old and the ego comes in. Of course, they become older. But the thing is that as you meditate, the Atma, or the spirit in the heart, which has been talked about by a lot of cultures in various ways, is that part of ourself which is indestructible, eternal, silent, and joyful. The only thing that covers it is these two. So
What's
as
the
they
fourth
drop,
one? Indestructible,
indestructible,
joyful. What was the fourth one?
I've forgotten.
Oh,
But there's a joy in the spirit, in the sense of, in your meditation, you'll feel this yourself. As you evolve and become much more silent, as this progresses within, you go about your day without this bothering you more. You go about, you function better, things work out better, things fall into place better. I'm not trying to be sort of Pollyanna and dreamy here, but it's
no,
a
but
fact.
actually, yes, it
Yeah.
is. And last week we were talking about the void, Mother, and your center of gravity. So I was thinking about that your center, what is your center of gravity? It's thoughtless awareness.
It's a thoughtless awareness.
That's your center of gravity.
It's the balance.
Yeah.
It's where the left side's not influencing so much, and neither the ego. You become aware of the ego, and you sometimes go, oh. You notice it yourself, you feel it within yourself, where you react to certain situations. And you'll find as you evolve, the spirit becomes more of your character. Things are different.
Yeah.
And that's through evolving. It's not through saying I'm wonderful or being all spiritual. It's a fact of being that in the heart. And as we know on the physical level, the heart can function. Any other organs sort of be depleted, but as long as that heart's going, we keep going.
Yeah, if your brain's broken,
Exactly.
your heart still goes.
Still goes.
Yeah.
That rhythm, that boom, boom, boom of the heart is a reflection of that big boom out there, that energy. Call it God, Creator, whatever you like. There's different names, God Almighty, Shiva, Allah, whatever. It's there, and you'll find it's there as well as you evolve. And this is why Shri Mataji, as I said before, came and did classes, programs, taught us all these things so that all the human beings in the world had the access to this to find out basically what they are.
And it's kind of comforting to realise that we're not all those thoughts and all those things.
No, we're not.
People think about us. We are the spirit, so we're part of that.
Big thing, yeah.
Big, wonderful.
This rambling
God.
in here can cause problems for ourselves, and even on a collective level of all the isms that there are that are not total, which don't include everyone. It's all the me stuff, particularly with ego. So my advice is to people is just sit down, take a candle, take a photograph, raise your kundalini, and see for yourself, and be patient. It's really important that people be patient. You'll have your days where this wants to ramble. Some days it may be different, but you have this to show you how to balance. And there's simple things that Shri Mataji taught us. And in the end, you'll if not at the beginning, you'll go, oh, I am feeling better. It's there.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's good once you start feeling different chakras as well.
Yeah.
So, each of those fingers relate to a chakra. So it becomes even subtler.
Even more subtle.
Refined feelings.
It's interesting in the Quran, it says, at the time of resurrection, your hands will speak and bear witness against you. But in a good way.
But it's the other you, the human you, not the spirit you.
It shows you where you need to work on yourself to fix up whatever is on your subtle system on your fingers. And you, as Shri Mataji says, it's important we've become our own teacher and guru.
Yeah.
This is the central thing of it, is that you can have a meditation You can feel whether you're in the left or right, do balancing to correct it. So you become, through these simple lessons, you can basically become your own helper.
Yeah.
And this is why these programs are done throughout the world and in everywhere, lots of places, so that people can get this. It's important.
And look after our
Look after ourselves.
human side.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we're now identified with our spiritual side.
Yeah, yeah.
We've got a video.
Yep.
Philip, which one would you like to hear?
Oh, you're the boss. I'll say.
You're the boss. So we've just got a 5-minute excerpt.
Public program one, or
Which would be nice. Which one?
public program one, or which one? It's up to you.
There's two.
You know them more than me.
We've got a choice. We've got there's a public program one, or there's the deeper, stronger.
Up to you. You know them more than I. Yes.
How are you going,
Talks
Tasha?
about spirit.
Feeling good? Starting to feel something happening?
Yeah, it was a good feeling.
Excellent.
It's a lovely feeling. Yeah. It's there.
All right. Well, let's we'll just play a short one of our excerpts here, everyone. Get that happening for you. That on. So just stay in the meditative frame of mind, and there it is. There, I'll just share it. And put that on play for you all. A bit bigger. Oops. Is it at the beginning?
In the same way, you can have good habits and bad habits. If habits
Daisy. Get that.
inhibit or obstruct your ascent, they also can help to stabilize you. The conditioning comes to you from the matter with which we are dealing every day. When a human being sees a matter, he aggresses it. And he wants to use that matter for his own purpose. He changes the forms of the matter for his own purpose. He starts getting used to matter as comfort or as a help or a guide in life. The more you start depending on matter, the more your spontaneity is finished, because you are dealing with the dead. Matter, when it is dead, then only we deal with it. When it is living, we are not so much bothered about it. So the deadness of that matter settles within us when we start using that matter for our purpose. But how are we to otherwise exist is the question people can ask. If God has given us these material things and this matter to be used, are we not supposed to use them? And are we not supposed to enjoy them? But we don't enjoy really. Before realization, you cannot enjoy any matter. You can only form a habit and may become a slave of that matter before realization. It's a fundamental principle of economics that wants in general are never satiable. Means today you want to buy something like a carpet, alright, bought it. So now that carpet becomes a headache because it's your possession, you have to look after it. You have to insure it, you have to worry about it that it doesn't get spoiled, first of all. And secondly, you really get into another mood of buying something else. Now you have bought the carpet, finished. then you have to have something else, then you have to have something else, then you have to have something else. So it does not satiate you. It does not give you the joy. Matter can never give you joy. It's the spirit that gives you joy. And when the ascent takes place, then you become the spirit. Then matter takes another value system within ourselves. The value system of matter is very different. As I'm sure Jason must have told you, that when you get your realization, then you start feeling the cool breeze in the hand. In relationship to matter, it's very helpful to be realized so. Because immediately you know what is good for you and what is bad. For example, you eat something that's not good for you. Immediately you lose your vibrations or you become hot. Even looking at it may happen. You want to sit on a chair on which somebody who is a very wrong type of a person has sat. Immediately you feel, oh, something wrong with this place. With your vibrations, which is a definite thing and absolute thing. And this conditioning can only be over. These habits can be overcome only if you become the spirit, because spirit is always dominated by the matter. And the spirit has to overcome that domination of the matter. Actually, spirit cannot be dominated by anything. But what I mean is that it is covered, like the sun can be covered with clouds. In the same way, all our domination, or we can say all our enslavement of the matter makes us dominate our spirit in the sense that we cover it up.
I'll just pop a little bit of music on. And we might have just a final meditation with you, Philip. That'd be nice. I've got a bit of music for the heart.
Okay.
I'll just play it lightly. If you want to lead us in a meditation, that would be nice. I'll get that music ready for you. We might have just a final meditation.
Just open our hands on our lap. Take our right hand and just raise our kundalini about 3 times. We can open our hands on our lap. Just close our eyes. We can place our right hand on our heart again and just inside ourselves we can say that we're not the past, we're not the future, we're not the superego or ego. I am the spirit. As Shri Mataji was saying, spirit cannot be dominated. It can be covered up. And that's just with our superego or ego. I am the Spirit. Raise our right hand up to our forehead. One of the best affirmations for reducing our superego and ego is, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. Doesn't mean we forget, it means we forgive, because memory does linger, but we let it go. I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. This allows this Ajna chakra to open, allow the thoughtless awareness to develop. I forgive. One of our greatest qualities. Take our hand to the top, Sahasrara. This is our 1,000-petaled lotus, our golden crown. This is where the integration takes place of all the qualities within us. Please open my Sahasrara. Please establish my self-realization. And may I feel the joy and silence of the Spirit, the Atma within ourselves. Keeping our attention there, we bring our right hand back to our lap. Let our attention stay on the top, above our thoughts. Each day we should strive to get into meditation. This is how it's developed. This is how we feel the benefits from this. Taking our right hand again, just strengthen our Kundalini. She's there, she's generous, the mothering energy. And she's there to raise. That's her job, to give us that thoughtless awareness. finish up just by tying up our Kundalini again. Up to the top. First time, 1 knot. Second time, 2 knots. Third time, 3 knots. Place on our bandhan, which is a bond of love. It's like a subtle armour we put on, but in a delightful way. The horseshoe shape, spreading the vibration of Kundalini over our subtle body, allowing us to be in that beautiful space.
Lovely, thank you. That was thoughtless.
It's remembering that it's the Kundalini that does it for us. If we allow these 2 balloons here out of the way, it happens. That's the secret. It's just the way it works. And by doing it each day and surrendering to this, that's how it works. Yeah.
Anyway, any questions, Papa? Feel free to ask. Anyone online, please ask any questions you like. I'll stop the music. And yeah, you can chat. Maybe you can also unmute if you wish. Feel free to ask any questions, give any feedback. All is welcome. Also, if you would like one of these meditation cards, if you give us your address, we'll send you one. So you just pop it in the chat because it's quite nice to have for your meditation. Oh, this one actually.
That one, yeah.
Yeah. Mirna and Robert still there? How did you go?
Great.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Mirna and Robert, you're the ones who can hear about it. There's in August we have a 21-day meditation challenge. So it's 7:45, or is it 8:45? 8:45 is the challenge. 8:45 for 21 days. 8:45 Sydney time, that is, for 21 days. It goes for about an hour, like we have this session here, but 21 days in a row. So it's really good.
Supercharged.
It's a supercharged meditation you have after that. That's a very good description, Gulshan.
No, it will be online.
It's online, of course. But we're still here every Monday, 6 p.m, and then you could do your 21 days meditation after this session. Do we have a question?
Which place lady have you come from?
Oh, yes, Robert, please. I think we can.
Not lives in the building. In Bangalore.
Feel free, Robert. Go ahead.
You can talk, that's okay. Since the 15 I was doing this, and I was asking, I have seen all this he was doing and everything. has to come.
Oh, no worries, Robert. It's good you know the function now. You can raise your hand anytime now. You know how to do it. No, thanks so much for joining, and look forward to meditating with you again next week. So it was a lovely meditation. I'm sure your contribution was felt. So we'll say goodnight. Thank you, Philip. Your contribution was wonderful.
Thank you, Liz.
Excellent meditation. Had a really good meditation. I'll just pop a bit of farewell music on for you.
Oh, yes. Happy for you.